Well, we didn't think it was possible, but all the water's gone and the 1/8 World Championship Buggy finals are underway. A tireless effort from the organisers got things up and running by lunchtime, and apart from the twisted wreckage of a few gazebos, yesterday's floods were a distant memory. The low finals began and the day ended with the 1/16 finals promoting 8 drivers up into the 1/8 finals tomorrow. Awaiting his 1:32 final was young Brit driver Callum Niblett. Callum, you got some sunburn, what's going on?
I didn't put any sun cream on this morning.
Oh no, how are you feeling? Nervous?
Not really. When it gets closer I probably will be, but not at the moment.
Are you happy with where you've got to?
Yeah, I reached my objective.
I think it's an amazing achievement. You must be really proud of how far you've got, and obviously you're going to have your final now. What's your strategy as you go into it?
Do what I done in one of my rounds, just keep it on its wheels.
Well, Callum started in the 2 spot on the grid ahead of US driver Chad Bradley. Chad worked his way past in the first corner, but still Callum managed to avoid crashes in turn 2 and held his own for a few laps. But sadly, a problem with his car saw him leave the race after just a few minutes. Well, what a sad end for Callum Niblett's finals there, but I think once the dust settles, he'll be happy with his achievements.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's never easy coming to your first World Championships. Callum's a young guy, he has a bright future ahead of him.
Also struggling are Team Durango.
Yeah, you know, Ryan Lutz, he was quickest on the first day of practice here, and since then it just seems to have gone downhill for them a little bit. It might have been the track changing, you know, all the small bumps and that sort of thing, but, you know, we still have one day left. Ryan could do it, Jorn could do it.
Well, I spoke to Jorn Neumann ahead of his 1/16 final run today.
Yeah, it's going not so good for me. Had some bad luck in qualifying. I broke a front arm and tires came unglued.
What's the main issue? Is it the track? Are you finding the track very hard?
Yeah, I think the track is like very edgy to drive, and like every round completely different. It's for all the drivers very hard, and yeah, maybe someone have not made the warm up, and so they have a disadvantage.
What's happening with the car? Is it in development at the moment?
Yeah, it's like a completely prototype car, and it's brand new. We use it for like a few races before this race, and we have not so much like information and setup knowledge. So yeah, we are still improving it and testing some parts and everything.
Well, Jorn began second on the grid in the 1/16 final behind former world champion and tyre guru Mark Pavidis, in a race that featured 3 world champions with Greg Degani and Yuichi Kanai bumping up from the 1:32. Well, Jorn started okay and chased down Mark Pavidis from lap 1, but it took him a while to get his rhythm. In fact, Jorn seemed to struggle with the same stretch of track. But before long, the multiple European champion got out in front, showing his true potential, finishing first ahead of Daniel Vega in 4th, Nicholas Reynard in 3rd and Mark Pavidis, all bumping up to finals day. When we spoke earlier in the week, Mark, you said that you were kind of a guinea pig testing the track for all your AKA drivers. Well, now you're going to test it on finals day too.
Yeah, we made it one more day. But I think today was really important that we make it to one more day, just because the guys that are going to run tomorrow weren't able to run today, so that it's going to be completely different for them. There's a lot more new holes out there that weren't there at the end of qualifying. So hopefully what I can tell them and some tire advice will help them tomorrow in their finals as well.
There was a lot of world champions in your race, wasn't there? Was it a good race?
Yeah, it was good. It felt like we were back in like 2000.
Does there come a point you continue to bump up where your kind of laid back, I'm just here to test, starts to become a little bit more competitive?
No, I mean, the plan is still the same regardless. I mean, I'm going to do the best I can, but you know, I'm here for the team 100%. So whatever, if somebody wants to try something new that they haven't tried before, and it's not something I normally run, I'm going to go ahead and do that for them. So.
Okay, just finally, you're taking yourself out of the running. If I had to ask you, who do you think has the best shot of winning tomorrow?
It's World Championships is a funny race. I've been in a lot of them, and you know, the fast guy, you know, sometimes has problems, sometimes does well. But you know, Elliott Boots really has been on fire the whole time, and the speed that he can put down is just it's mind-blowing, you know. And you know, hopefully it'd be nice to see him make the final, but like I've been telling all of our guys, a lot of the guys, is their first Worlds, is that you know, in order to make the main, you got to race your way in. So take one race at a time. Don't think about the big picture. Think about what's in front of you, and just take it one lap at a time.
Well, the 116A final was delayed briefly due to a dog refusing to leave the track, with Richard Saxton on pole ahead of Martin Korn and previous Worlds finalist Chad Bradley bumping in from the 132. It was one of the cleaner getaways of the day, with the opening lap running in grid order until a mistake from Richard mixed things up, letting Curtis Dorr into the lead. Unfortunately, things continued to go downhill for Saxton. He finished just outside of the bump-up spots, whilst Chad Bradley, the day's bump-up king, drove from last place in the first few minutes to finish first. Chad, you've had a pretty busy day today, haven't you? How's it been going?
So far so good. I bumped up twice today, and man, I wish the day wouldn't end because I got the ball rolling, but I just got to let it carry on for tomorrow. So
you're going to keep that momentum going. You're going to make any changes now?
I'm going to go a little bit thicker on my rear dampening. The holes are getting pretty big, and I could feel the rear shocks lightening up a little bit towards the end of the run. So if I go a little heavier in the rear oil, I can maybe drive it a little bit harder in the big bumps.
Obviously, if you keep bumping up, that shows that maybe you should have qualified a bit higher. Did you have problems?
Oh, yeah. I had big problems in qualifying. I think I only finished twice, you know, and I was able to limp it around and finish 3 of them. So, but all in all, I mean, the Mugen MBX7 has been awesome. I mean, it's definitely an improvement over the MBX6, which I didn't think they could do it, you know. But it's been really, really good. There's something about, you know, bumping and learning the track. You know, I mean, we had a big storm yesterday and we couldn't run, so the track feels completely different. So, I mean, I'll have a huge advantage if I'm able to keep, you know, bumping up.
You might be a bit tired, though.
Hey, man, as long as I make it to the main, I'll keep charging, man. I'll be here till midnight.
Best of luck.
Thank you, and yeah, be sure to check out at amainhobbies.com.
Now, around lunchtime, all of our equipment was stolen by some very dangerous-looking individuals.
So we're here with Elliott Boots, the TQ from the 2012 Worlds here in Argentina. How you feeling about the race?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. Couple of days off racing, so can't wait to get back on the track, really.
You TQ'd. How does it feel?
Feels amazing. Sometimes it can only happen once in a lifetime, but it's something that I can tick off and say that I've done, so just hopefully try and finish the job off.
Yep. It's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, you should know.
All right, that's Elliott and Cody here at Worlds in Argentina.
Peace.
Well, Phil, could that be the last world champion interviewing the next world champion? I mean, you know what kind of question I'm going to ask you next, don't you?
Very possible. You never know. I mean, anyone could still win it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Most of the pits are saying Elliott Boots for most of the people I've asked them.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Elliott, he's been super quick, almost on another level, but it's always the habit when you go to Worlds, everyone says, oh, it must be the top qualifier who's going to win. But, you know, the real tip is to look who's quick after the semi-finals.
Now, as soon as running finished today, all of the top drivers were out on track, walking very slowly, looking at the ground. It almost looked like Shaun of the Dead. What could be going through their minds? What are they looking for?
They're looking for if the track has changed, you know, since they ran on it last, because they haven't run for now 2 days practically. Also, in their minds, they're thinking, are the organisers going to do anything to the track now? Mm-hmm. You know, they're looking at lines, they're looking at small bumps, and how to avoid that, how they can best prepare for tomorrow.
Well, we're going to go back to the hotel now and prepare for tomorrow ourselves. Tune in tomorrow to nearbuggy.net for the finals. It's going to be good.